Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Indian Cowboy back with your six-pack. Well, we don't call it six-pack. It's our six picks. We're going to have three games. We're both going to have a pick on each. Six picks for Friday, the 4th of April. We're going to have two in the NBA. We're going to have one in Major League Baseball. I think we got a couple little gems here. We picked I think the best three games on the board today. So it's a good ones to cover. I'm sure these games you want to bet. So why not get our expert opinions on it? Now, don't forget, if you haven't done so, it's docsports.com/free60. Get you a $60 free account so you can get either one of us or any of the experts over at Doc Sports. You go over there and you can get it in on a $60 free account for new customers. Of course, if you're an existing customer, go over to the grid and get in our top plays. I got a couple 6-unit plays going to have tomorrow. I see, any what you're going to have for tomorrow yet?
Yeah, I'm probably going to have a step out in the NBA. Depending on how this goes today. We had a pretty good baseball winner today on the Diamondbacks and Yankees over, cash in the 4th inning.
Nice, yeah.
So, I'm probably going to have a 7-unit NBA tomorrow.
Yeah, so step out for us means usually 6, 7, or 8 units. Those are top plays for us. So when we say 7-unit, that's like game of the year is 8 units. So we just don't have that many of those. So 7-unit is a very strong play. So make sure you check it out. NBA is $30 per day per sport or $99 per week per sport, and that's for each capper. So make sure, like I said, you can use that free 60, or if you're an existing customer, go over to the grid and get in on IC's 7-unit NBA winner for Friday. Okay, now also don't forget, if you want a little sprinkle of what we do on our expert side, you can get it here at YouTube. How do you do it? It's very simple. Go to the link in the description. You join our premium and premium plus packages. Premium is Indian Cowboy. Tell them what level 1 is. Indian Cowboy. Tell them what they get for level 1.
Yeah, YouTube Premium is a lot of fun. We do about 5 to 8 extra selections per day usually, and it's usually my total of the day because not everyone loves totals, so we stick our total of the day in there, and it's for guys who enjoy and ladies who enjoy totals, and it's just like an extra video every single day. So it's sort of like our overtime video. It's got around 5 to 8 extra games. If you get our premium selections of Doc Sports, and then you get our daily video and our YouTube premium video, you can't miss a game. We've hit every single game for you every single day. So, and you get to hang out with me, and what's better than that? So,
yeah. So that's premium level 1. That's $19.99. If you put the extra $30, you'll get IC level 1 plus the level 2. And that's right now. I'm doing the video. Hopefully, we're finding a host for that. But it's 3 expert plays. So it's not always me. It could be Indian Cowboys' top play. It's not top play. It's usually 2, 3, 4 unit plays. So we pick 3 every day. And I try to pick 1 per sport per day. But sometimes it's not possible. It might be really slow day, say in college basketball. So we might have 2 NBA or 2 NHL, 2 MLB. But it's 3 plays every day. That goes out at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time every day.
Hey bettors, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video.
Now let's talk free picks action. In the NBA, we've got I think there's 6 or 7 games for most of these teams left. Some I think might have 5. But we've kind of got some good games here, and we're going to start off with one of them, Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, you don't see this, I see, when you see teams laying these kinds of numbers that Thunder having to lay and still winning and covering. I mean, they're murdering teams right now. And they're a 6.5-point favorite against, I believe they're the number 2 seed right now, this Houston Rockets team. And Houston, the total 230.5 in this one. Does Houston have any chance? I mean, the Thunder are 10-0 straight up and against the spread in their last 10 games. I mean, that is crazy numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you that Houston, the fact that they just destroyed Utah at home, they beat the Hawks at home. They lost to Denver by 5. I absolutely cannot go against Oklahoma City right now. I just can't. And, of course, I know this team will take it as a challenge, which is good for them. Because last time these two teams faced each other, it was 137 to 128. I mean, that game went way over. It went to around 265 points. But I think if Houston has any sort of chance, an indirect lean on Houston would be to take the under. The last time this game was totaled at 230, I find it interesting that this game is now totaled at 231.5, right?
Yep.
So I find that relatively interesting here. I think this game can go either way, but I think everybody's going to be jumping on the over in this game, especially given the fact that at how high scoring the last one was, and given the fact Oklahoma City is rolling right now, and Houston put up 143 points in their last game. But in these primetime type of games, I think what happens is this is a playoff atmosphere type of game. This means everything for Houston to stop this run on Oklahoma City. So I like the under here. I had this game around 226, so I'm going to take the under.
It's one of those, I don't know how you don't take Oklahoma City, So I'm going to. Sometimes you try to buck the public and the trend. You can't stand in front of 10 in a row. Like 10 in a row, and they're not just beating teams. They're beating them by 20. They're beating them by 30. And they're 15-point favorites in these and still covering. They just have more talent than everybody, like depth-wise, in the Western Conference right now. So it doesn't really matter. When they set guys out, it doesn't matter. It's next man up. They're the best offensive team efficiency-wise, and they're like in the top 5 in every defensive efficiency category. They're not the best as far as the numbers because they play more up-tempo than some other teams. But this is a team you do not want to get up and down. I just don't think the Houston can keep up. Give me the Thunder minus 6.5. I wouldn't talk to anybody off the first half. Here -4 because they've just been murdering teams right off the bat too. So like it's 3.5 to 4.5. I still would take them in the first half as well. Dallas is playing a little better right now, and they get a Clippers team that's been playing pretty good right now. Anthony Davis is back. I thought for sure they were just going to put him on the shelf for the rest of the year, kind of like Joel Embiid and Zion and all these guys that are taking early vacations. But Dallas, they want to make this play-in tournament. Clippers favorite by 8.5. Total, I think it's 224 here. Can the Clippers keep this going? It's like they're a team that it's like every time I start to count the Clippers in, they kill me.
Yeah, man. The funny thing is Dallas won 113-97 back on December 21st, but that feels like an eternity ago. Dallas did beat Atlanta on that game winner by Anthony Davis, which sucks because I root for the Hawks. Being from Alabama, I root for them. But Dallas, I think that if you go and there was a recent YouTube video that came out talking about how Nico was getting made fun of, right to his face. People are just making fun of him, like telling him to kind of go off and just making fun of him. But Dallas beating Atlanta. Here's the thing, though. Dallas, I don't think puts together back-to-back wins. I just don't think this team is consistent enough to put back-to-back wins. So I'm going to eat some chalk here. You have the Clippers here, who I think can roll in. Having beaten New Orleans 114-98, beating Orlando 96-87. The Clippers did not cover the -18 line. Some of these lines are just insane.
Yeah, crazy.
And they didn't cover the -18 there. I think a lot of people are going to jump on Dallas in this game. I expect like 2/3 of the public to jump on Dallas plus the points. But I think the Clippers are just better. They haven't beaten them all year as well. And do you know that? Yeah, I think they beat them December 19th, but they recently lost to them. I think they get up to face AD and company as well, and I just don't trust Dallas at all coming off that big win against Atlanta. Dallas recently lost to the Nets, right? They lost to the Nets by 4. It's a team that lost to Houston, Philadelphia, which is a terrible loss to Indiana. So I'm going to back the Clippers here -8.5.
Yeah, I want to see what Anthony Davis does because he really hasn't played a whole lot of games in a row. But, man, when he has been good, he's coming off a 49-point performance last time out. His over-under total for the night is 30.5. I think he's just an absolute mismatch. And I think Clippers are going to say, you know what? We're going to make him beat us. We're not helping off where we get Klay Thompson. I'm playing the over 30.5 points for Anthony Davis. I think he's going to be inside, outside. He's going to make Big Z come out and guard him. I think that's a problem. And if they go smaller, the Clippers, then he'll go in the post. I just think Anthony Davis is like, you know what? He still wants to show everybody like, hey, you traded me for Luka. I'm no slouch. I'm still an all-time great, top 75 player in the NBA. How do you do that? You put your team on your back this time of year. I think he does so. I don't know if they cover or not, so I'm staying away from the side, the total, everything. I think I would lean towards the under if I was going to play a side or total on this one. But I think you take Anthony Davis over. I think it's 30.5. I think he ends up with 35+. He's going to have plenty of attempts tonight, I believe. All right, let's talk Major League Baseball. We've got the Guardians and the Angels. I've stepped out a few times early in this year with a couple little small underdogs, and one was I thought last night the Orioles and the Red Sox, or 2 days ago, I kind of thought the Red Sox were a little overrated. Crochet, the game after he gets the big money, I was like, you know what, he might just be out partying. I was wrong. They lost. Just that part of that you happen this time of the year where you got to take your chances and take some underdogs here or lower price favorites. You can't just take the -200s. That's not what we do as a handicapper. I picked a game here that we don't have to worry about that because it's a good game. Guardians -120, Angels total 7.5, I believe, in this one. And a Guardians team that doesn't play another home game, they don't play their first home game for another week, I guess because of the weather. They were worried about, they'd get snowed out or whatever. Does that come into effect in this one? I see. Because, this is Road Warrior times a million here.
Dude, I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with Ron Washington. You know what I mean? I just really am. I just give him so much credit because he has his team playing so well. The way they played at St. Louis was impressive. I mean, they came back and they showed a ton of heart and they won a bunch of games out there, and it was just really, really impressive what they were able to accomplish. I just can't go against Ron Washington at this point. I just think when he used to coach for the Braves. I mean, he used to teach when he was a third base for the Braves. He used to coach so much fundamental stuff, and he gets these guys up, and these guys love him. You know what I mean? And I think if you look at Ron Washington's age, I think he's 72. Yeah, 72 years old. I mean, just when I remember, he was in Moneyball too, right? I mean, his presence in the game is all over the place. And I got to tell you, Cleveland has started off a little bit slow, right? They're 2-4 out of the gates, but they faced the Padres a couple times, which sucks because my Braves faced the Padres and they got romped. So, and then you have the Angels here who are out of the gates who are 4-2. They also, they took around 2 of 3 from the Cardinals as well, and they were in that game late too. You got Williams rolling in here who went 5 innings, 4 hits, and 2 runs in his last game. He's on a bounce back as well. Does Soriano really pitch exceptionally well? He did face the White Sox. He went 7 innings, 2 hits, and no runs. That's pretty good. He was also 3.64 ERA the year before. He's a phenomenal pitcher. I like the under in this game a little bit. I think Soriano will continue to pitch well. I like the fact that Williams is on a bounce back, and the Angels, they're coming home. This is their home opener too, so I think he'll be jacked up too. So I'll take a small lean on the under 7.5 runs here.
So you said it. I think this is a tough spot. I mentioned it when we started up. Cleveland, I think, plays the first 10 or something like that on the road. Trying to, Major League Baseball is smart. They were starting early this year. They were just worried about weather. We had a few years back where they had to play like some of their games because of blizzard conditions. I think it was in Minnesota. So they put them on the road. Did them no favors. This is not a great Guardians team, in my opinion. Like their margin for victory last year was so small. They won a lot of those close games. What that does to me is, when you have that margin error, this year you get all the breaks, next year you might not. So far they haven't. I like the Angels in this matchup. I think the Angels get it done here. I think at a small underdog price, I'd see if you shop it around some plus 102, plus 105s. I just think you take the Angels here. Now, a lot of people don't realize, what the Angels have lost. Obviously, Trout's not what he was. He was the best player in baseball for years. Ohtani, you lose Ohtani. So a lot of people keep thinking what you lost. But in baseball, even the best player only bats, 5 times a game? So it's like, it's all about the team more than it is individuals. And pitching matters so much. I think this Angel pitching staff is going to be better this year. And I think Soriano gets it done here. I'm going to take the Angels at the small underdog price. I think this is a time of year where I try to play. My sweet spot for underdogs is that plus, even money to plus 125. I think those are the ones that I try to search out. This is one of them for today. We're playing the Angels in this one. So those are your 6 free picks from Cowboy and myself. And, of course, we still haven't settled on a name. So if you haven't done so, leave in the comments. We've had some creative ones. Leave in the comments. Maybe next week we'll take the top 2 or 3, and we'll put them on the screen, and you guys can choose from those couple, and we get some feedback. Also, of course, as always, if you have questions, leave them in the comment section. That's where – now, obviously, if it's one of our best games, we're not going to talk about it. But if it's one of these games, we'll talk about it. And, of course, get in on that Premium Plus. That Premium Plus will give you, about 6 to 7, 8 plays a day times 30. So $49.99 click the link in the description to get in. You cannot beat it. Of course, 7-unit play. You said 7-unit NBA play tomorrow, step-out play for IC here. So make sure you check it out. It's $30 under the grid. And I'm going to have a 2-unit, 6-unit play. So I'm going to have a 6-unit in Major League Baseball, 6-unit in the NBA. So make sure you check those out as well. All right, guys, have a great thanks again, IC. We'll see you back. We'll either be on – we're going to try to either do this Wednesday night for Thursday's games or Thursday night for Friday. Just kind of depends on the schedule. We don't want to do it on a day where there's really no games for us to give you guys because that doesn't really help you guys. So stay tuned. We'll see you again next week.
Hey bettors, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video.